Ratna Mandalakam Niyatayami Sange Chudam Soki Choknam La Janchu Vardu Dakni Kapsuchi Daki Chunyen Gipe Sunam Ki Drola Benchir Sange Drupar Sho Sange Chudam Soki Choknam La Janchu Vardu Dakni Kapsuchi Daki Chunyen Gipe Sunam Ki Drolar Benchir Sange Drupar Sho Sange Chudam Soki Choknam La Jamchu Bardu Dakni Kapsuchi Daki Chunyen Gipe Sunam Ki Drolar Benchir Sange Drupar Sho. Can someone shut the door? Just the echo from the TV. Let's see. Okay. All right. So, yeah. So we're in our discussion about the the people who believe in one kind of consciousness in the mind-only school. And I kept the questions really simple because it's really complicated and it's been a few days. So, okay, question 1. What is the single consciousness theorized in our text?
Talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
I remember because I love this theory. I want it to be.
Okay,
They haven't talked me out of it successfully.
good. The consciousness of mind. What was that? Oh, I don't know. I don't know where. Okay. How do the other consciousnesses figure into this equation?
They're part of you can appreciate that?
It
Basically.
forces out into those separate through the sense doors or various sense organs.
Yeah, basically. They flow from the mind. Yeah. Good. Okay. Oh, maybe I should put quotes here. Okay. In the next verse, what is the conclusion of why you can call these 6 mind? It's pretty simple. Well, if you think, because it's about the ayadanas, the keches, so why are even the keches and the dhatus, the kam, all of them have a similar component?
It's just their nature?
They're aware.
Yeah, basically what Nick said, yeah, and I think Venerable Sunam as well. Because they're all associated with mental awareness, so you can generally call them mind. Yeah. Yeah, pretty simple. Okay, so we don't have too much new vocabulary this time, so I just pick what we had. So what's Brahm Sei Dom Som? You got half of it? Hmm? I don't know. What do you
Yeah, what are you trying to say?
Doubt.
Oh, doubt.
No, that's Tetsom. That's different, but good guess.
Composition?
Huh?
Oh, I know it.
Yeah.
Composed by Brahmin.
Close.
Or
It was the text or the book, the collection.
The
Oh,
collection.
that makes sense.
Yeah. It was a book that included the word Brahmin, and then Jason Kappa called it the collection of Brahmin, even though most people call it Chedujupe Tsom. What does that one mean? You know what Tsom?
Collection of the word of
The intent.
the cutter.
Verses of praise, right?
No, this one's this is the one I want you guys to learn.
Intent?
It's very famous.
No? Oh, that's right.
Do you guys remember?
The thing which is meant to be broken.
like
books
a
are designed for certain. They're targeted to certain students.
yeah targeted teaching.
Oh, right.
Yeah, yeah,
Chittamatra for the sake of, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Targeted.
Spoken for the
I
sake
don't
of.
remember.
yeah. Collection of
No,
targeted
it's-
teaching.
after I left class, yeah.
Gesha's taught us it a couple times. Okay.
Couple times.
I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. Gakbang.
Oh, the lack of essence.
Huh?
The lack of essence.
No, it's a good guess though. I like it.
Works to negate.
It's the actual refutation.
Yay! It's the actual one. Okay, bonus question. What single syllable indicated the not actual refutation?
So, or some low.
Low. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Good.
yeah, so
Good.
that's claims.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool.
That's it.
Yay.
Nice.
Thanks, Ward.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Lost.
Would you like to? Well, I'd like to introduce. Me.
Okay, your microphone is.
Yes. Is it? I think it's on. Yeah. Hey, the mic on.
Microphone.
Is it out of batteries?
It should be on. It's off.
That might help.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do your thing.
Oh, you want to introduce them first?
Yeah. You go ahead.
All right. Well, we have some. Where are you guys? Hi. We have some guests today, distinguished guests from Taiwan
And China.
and China.
Yeah.
Shenzhen.
Ooh.
We'd like to welcome you on behalf of the Mixed Nuts. We call this group the Mixed Nuts because we're mixed up from everywhere and a little bit nuts. And we work really hard at translating old books from or ancient languages into English and then into other modern languages. And this is our center, our little headquarters here, the scriptorium. And it looks like we're growing, and I think today is a good example. So we're going to expand out of this room. But for now, this is where we do our work. And we're really honored to have you guys here today, so thank you for coming to visit us. And
my pleasure.
so I see you have translation, that's great. We're going to work through a couple texts this morning. It's the last day of our term, so we've been at this for 15 days. Yeah, and we just want to make you a couple offerings. There's some gifts for you. So first of all, we have a series coming out called the Diamond Cutter Classics, and it's eventually going to be 108 books of our translations, especially our boss, Geshe Michael. And this is the first book of the series. And it's a commentary by Choni Lama on the Diamond Cutter Sutra that Geshe Michael translated with Ellie.
Nick, could you let Stanley translate?
Sorry.
我稍微翻译一下，就是这是我们出的格西老师，我们有一个出版系列叫《能断金刚108》系列，然后我们会出108本书，这是第一本刚刚翻译完的，然后是这个对《金刚经》的一个论述。
Translate the other stuff I said too.
然后刚刚那个老师说很欢迎各位来到这里，这个是我们一个翻译的中心。我们的这个翻译团队叫做混合坚果。因为这边有各地不同的人混在一起。
So this is the gold edition of the book.
这是我们这本书的这个精装版，这边是精编的。
Yeah. Absolutely, yeah. So this one's in English, and
这本是英文，现在翻译成英文。
There's some Chinese.
And it has the Chinese of the sutra.
I can read.
Cool. And also, we wanted to show you. The work that we do up in here in this room is to translate the material from. This is to translate the material from Tangwen into England. But then we take the material that's in these books and turn it into something more practical and usable by the modern world.
然后我们把这些经典的翻译就转换成更适合现代去实践应用的这个产品。
So simultaneously, while we're doing this translation work up here, there's a teacher training going on downstairs.
所以我们同时进行两件事情，一个是楼上的翻译，还有就是楼下的这个教师培训。
So this is the manual, just a small
这是我们一个小小的课件
study guide
我们学习的这个课程
that Geshe Michael put together
是格西麦克就是自己写的编著的，
for them, and this is our gift to you as
也是
well.
我们送给你的礼物。
That's just it's one manual.
这是 套课程而已，只是其中一套而已。
I had to print it in 3 books because they don't make the binding big enough.
因为要分3次来打印，打不了这么厚的。
And we just want to show you. You don't have to take this one home on the plane.
还有一个是想给2位看的，这个不用带回家的。
This is our translation so far.
这是我目前就是近3年的翻译。
3 years, yeah.
3年了。
So you can have a look later.
之后2位可以看一看。
I don't want to bring it because somebody might get hurt.
对，我就不搭过来了，可能会伤到人，太重。
But, so thanks for joining us.
感谢你们来。
And there's Jigney who helped with this.
This is Venerable Jigme who helped to translate the book.
这是俊美老师也是一起翻译这本书，跟
We
葛小
started
一
this
起。
book 22 years ago.
这本书是20多年前开始。
And finished the So we call snow on the mountain.
Okay, yeah.
And the ancient teachings are here.
陈博士，您可以戴这个耳机听翻译。
Then we translate them here. And the plan is for the next 25 years. And his book will finish in 2046. And then we don't want to leave the books in the library. We want them to go to real people. So we have downstairs we have an organization which teaches in 20 countries. And they teach Jinganjing in 20 different countries and teach business people how to use Jing to be more successful in your business. And it's spread all over the world now. We have, he gave a talk in the Congress of Mexico on the Jinganjing, right? And so it's spreading all over the world. The president of Argentina came to these classes. And Mrs. Merkel was given the book by some scientists in Germany. And very popular in Russia. There are 8,000 Vietnamese students in Vietnam studying it. And people there have made very successful businesses based on these books. So this manual is how to use the book in your business. And then these guys translate the original books from, the oldest book here is 2,500 years. And so we translate the ancient books and we teach people how to use them in their business. And it's very popular. So hope you can enjoy the class. This morning, would you like to talk about your text?
Sure.
There are 10 main translators in this center, and then we have a center in Shenzhen. And there are, how many there are? I don't know.
40, 50.
40, 50 translators in Shenzhen. We're training them.
Okay.
Tell us about your book.
My book is about the mind-only school in Buddhism. And the mind-only school is like one of the 4 main schools of Buddhism from ancient India. And actually, the school was like really popular during the 4th, 5th, 6th century. And that's the time when Master Xuanzang came to India from China. And he brought back the teachings and translated many of them. And because of that, the mind-only school became very popular in China and other parts of Asia. And so the book that we're translating is basically called The Really Hard Parts of the Mind-Only School, Hanan, very difficult discussions about this school. And it was so difficult that we tried to translate the first book and we needed help. But because Geshe Michael and John Brady have had this amazing project to save the books, we were able to find another book that no one's ever translated or even really heard of that we know of. And now we're translating that book, and we're almost done. I should be done in a few months. And and it's a great book for the history of Asia, as well as to help the world with how to be happy. Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
All right. Take the plane.
You take the plane?
No direct affiliation with that.
Okay, good.
Malkovich.
So we're studying an ancient Minoan text, mostly Asanga, from about
600.
1,600 years ago. And we reached a place where somebody says that there are not 6 consciousnesses: mind, eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, but there's only one. And this consciousness is looking out of the 6 holes, right? Like that, okay? And then the guy who believes in one consciousness, he says there are 2 important scriptures that support me, 2 important ancient books, and he names them here. And he gives a quotation from each of them, okay? And I thought I would show Dr. Chen how we try to find the ancient text, okay? So this author says, oh, Buddha support me. The ancient books support me. And he gives an ancient quotation. So for 32 years, we are working on a database. We input, I don't know, if you include Jeff's work, it's 16 million pages. We have preserved 16 million pages of ancient books in the last 32 years. We started it at Princeton 32 years ago. And so I'd like to show this database, okay? So this is the quotation we're interested in. Ring tu dola chikpuk gyu. Okay, it goes far and it goes alone, okay? Cool. And he's using it to support the idea that there's only one consciousness, okay? So then you go here. This is the search program that we invented. And you will say ring tu dola chik, okay? Let's just take a piece of it. And then you decide, I will check the ancient books. Let's say Kangyur and Tengyur, right? Mm-hmm. So you mark the Kangyur and Tengyur. And it will search 1 million pages in about 5 seconds. Ready? Okay. Come on. Okay. So it searched about 1 million pages. In about 5 seconds. So we invented this search program, and we input the text. And this is the correct one, actually. This is the Mahayana Sangraha, which is something we've been studying it. Who wrote it? A Sangra, right?
Master Sangra.
Yeah, okay. And it finds the quotation. And then we know how to. By the way, what's it say? It goes. You want to read it?
Sure. From Ringtu.
Let's start here. So he has a quotation, which is supposed to prove something about the mind. Okay. Let's go look at it. Please start here, dear Tsiksu.
Okay.
Go slow.
Dear Tsiksu Chepa, Kang Shik. Lu me puk nation ring dun jorla chikpu gu dulwar kawa sem dulje teni bramser ngesheto.
Yeah, hang on 1 second.
So he's quoting, yeah?
Kind of. Okay, so Dear Tsiksu Chepa means, let me give you a verse to explain, okay? There is something, Kangshik, which has Lu Me.
Nobody.
It has no body. And Puk Ne, it stays deep inside.
Oh yeah.
We had Puk and
Ningpuk.
we had Puki.
Deep at the heart.
Yeah, but we had yesterday we had Puki Tugyu and Chelki Tugyu.
Oh yeah. Things that are happening. Will happen.
Tugyu, 2 cars and the red light.
Yeah, one thing that fools you temporarily and things that are fooling you innately or as
Yeah.
part of your system.
So yeah, so this means deep inside. Okay, like
Yeah.
that would be big mistake. You know.
True.
Then he says what? Ringdu do.
They go on for a long time.
It goes for a long ways, and it travels chikpu.
It's like one course
Yeah,
by itself.
and it's duorka,
It's difficult to tame.
difficult to tame. But we should semdulche,
We should tame the mind.
Make efforts.
and anyone who tames the mind, I call them a holy person, a holy person. Okay, so there's the quotation. Okay, what's the guy want to say it means? He wants to say it means,
That there is only one consciousness.
One mind.
yeah, that there's only one consciousness, and when you smell, when you taste, when you feel, it's just one mind. What was the example? What was the metaphor? Yeah, a lamp where?
In your head.
In a house with 6 holes. Okay, and then one consciousness comes out 6 holes. Okay? Kanshik lume pugnation. Ring the dollar. So that's what I call a holy person. All right? Our guy wants to say, by the way, he's describing how difficult, what a donkey the mind is. Okay? It goes alone. It goes far. It doesn't listen to you. Okay? He's trying to say the mind is a donkey. The mind is difficult to... If you've ever had a donkey, they are very uncooperative.
Yeah, totally.
Okay? So let's go back. So our guy quotes it. And that's a search program. That's what we do. That's part of what we do. We have many, many departments around the world. I think there's... How many... Input centers?
6.
3, 4, 5, 6.
6.
Right now, yeah.
And they've been working for 32 years to input the ancient books. Okay, so all of the translations we do have the ancient book already translated. So the mind-only school has how many consciousnesses?
Depends.
I mean, usually
8.
8. Then there's the normal 6 that you see in the Shinjing. Sabui kong kong buisa, sajishi kong kong jishisa. Then what? Then it it goes to the eyes, the ears. You go down the body, right? Eyes, ears, nose, tongue, touch, and then mind. Okay, so 6 consciousnesses. Buddha taught, but now there's extra 2. What are they?
Monasher, which is the messed up part of your mind.
Okay, and?
I say Alayesher, the part of your mind where you keep everything.
Yeah, the refrigerator where all your karma seeds live. Okay. Then if you see your wife, if you see your husband in the kitchen, what are you really looking at in the mind-only school?
You're looking what appears to be an outer object, but is actually a seed ripening in your own mind from when you yelled at the kids
Yeah.
the day before.
So if you yelled at your kids last week, and who heard you?
You did.
Yeah, and you heard, and the kids heard. When you heard yourself yelling, then it put an impression on your mind. And then after a few days, that becomes a seed in the subconscious. And mind-only school says it stays in a certain part of your mind. Then later, when you go to the kitchen to see your husband, what happens?
That when you open the door to the kitchen, that seed ripens in your mind, in the kunshi, the alayesher, and it ripens as a seed which you see yourself being there to see him yelling at you.
Good. So he's not outside.
He's not
He's
outside.
actually in your mind. You are watching part of your
Yeah.
mind. Whose fault is it?
Yours.
Yeah. If your husband's yelling at you in the kitchen, then it means your fault. In this school, take it to business. Let's say you're having a problem with your business investor partner, right? And you walk in and they say, I'm going to take over the company.
Give it to
So,
them.
no, but where you're listening to your
Yeah.
business partner, where?
Yeah.
Where's your business partner?
Your business partner is in your kunshi.
In your mind.
Yeah.
Is it part of
In
your
your
mind? Then how is this going to help you?
Well, if you realize that everything you think is outside of you is actually just happening because of you in your own mind, then you'll be much more responsible with what you do.
Yeah, and you'll also realize that he's coming from your own seeds.
Yeah.
And then you can change him without talking to him.
Yay!
Okay?
That's my dream.
So without any fighting, without any trouble, in a business, in a normal business, you can change your investor or you can change your business partner. You can make them the way you want, if his school is correct. Okay? So we are not just translating ancient books. We are trying to use them in business, and people have used them for very successful businesses. Okay? So anyway, this guy says, I believe there's not 6. I believe there's not 8. I believe there's only 1. Because that book said it goes far and it goes alone, and that's all he says. He doesn't quote the whole lines even, okay? Then he says, moreover, another book, which is called The 12 Doors of Your Sense, okay? It said the group of 6 consciousnesses is the one door of sense of the mind, okay? The 6 are the one, okay? So we've got 2 quotations, okay, to support the mind only, okay?
Yeah.
Now we go to our today's book, yay!
Yay.
Okay. And we're gonna, so he stated his viewpoint. He quoted several old books, and he thinks that's going to be enough to prove it, right? By the way, he quoted it totally weird, right? The thing about going far and being alone. He wants to say it proves that you only have one consciousness, okay? So we're going to deny that all the consciousnesses in the universe can be put into one group. And then he says, look, the lung ngama means this, and the lung chima means this. What's that mean?
The first text means this, the latter text means that.
Yeah, the first quotation doesn't mean what you think. And the second quotation doesn't mean what you think. Okay. What was the first quotation? The mind goes far and it goes
on its
alone.
alone, yeah.
What was the second quotation?
That Keiches are essentially one.
Good. That the 6 are one. Okay. So what does it mean? We finished this, okay? But let's just repeat. If you treat the consciousness of the mind alone separately from the other 5 senses, right? Generally, the consciousness of the mind can perceive everything that the other consciousnesses perceive, okay? So if you close your eyes, you can remember what you saw yesterday, blah, blah, blah. So one consciousness can engage in all the objects of the 5 senses also. So really it boils down to one who travels alone and goes far. Okay, got it? It doesn't mean there's not 6. It just means if you close your eyes, you can see what the 6 saw. Got it? So it doesn't prove what you thought it proved. It doesn't prove there's one that works independent of the others. Okay, got it?
Yeah.
Okay, second one, where the 6 were supposed to be 1, okay? Namshe so tu ka, all 6 consciousnesses, keche chuniki nangne, from among the 12 doors of sense, yiki kechu, they boil down to the door of sense of the mind. It's just treating if something is those six, it's just saying that yikikeche dan yi ni den chik, because the door of sense and the mind and mind amount to the same thing. It doesn't mean if it's those six consciousnesses, it's only the consciousness of the mind. It just means the one consciousness of the mind has the ability to see what the six consciousness see when you close your eyes. That's all it means. It doesn't mean there's not six. How could that help you in your normal life? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, why is it important to make a distinction between six?
Why is it important to stick to 8?
Yeah, right, even better.
Why is it to stick to 8?
Yeah, he wants 1.
Yeah.
Well, you want 8.
Right.
Okay, you're a Sangha. You want 8. He wants 1.
Well, with
The 8 will help you in the
kitchen.
kitchen. The 8 will help you with your business associates, okay?
Because if
The
it
1
just,
doesn't help you
yeah,
much.
if it just flows from your mind, then what's your responsibility?
Yeah. Okay. All right, we're ready for new stuff. In other words, he's defending 8 because he's a mind-only school. Yeah.
So when they say one, do they believe everything happened in that only one consciousness?
That's tricky because they do believe that.
Do you believe
Yeah. They don't want to count the 6. They say, come on, it's just one light shining out of 6 holes. Okay.
Just to log it.
Okay. But the 8 helps you with your business. You see, I mean, the 8 helps you with your real life. Okay? All right. Which is why it was so popular in China for, I don't know, how many years? 1,300 years?
Even now, they are still influencing.
Yeah, maybe 1,000 years. It has changed how Chinese people think. Okay, here we go. Now, suppose it wasn't that there are 6 consciousnesses. Suppose there is only one. Okay, here we go.
Data minna, wang shi ki, kyang yi shi, shintu tu, nden gi la par gyap ki meta pui kokyor tua tabui taki pokpar tel watang rang du na nde zin jen par tel watang maung pa jungyor ki chunzin par tel war ngyor we chirte ishe tango chikpa kangshik ishi ki tetak nupe chiro.
Maybe some tea. Okay. So suppose you don't need, suppose it's all 1, number 6, and you don't need the 5. Okay, suppose it's all mental consciousness, okay? In that case, okay, if my quotations aren't correct, and if there's only 1 consciousness, and if the 5 are operating in the 1 consciousness, then tu dengi lala chichen, tu dengi lala tua.
Oh yeah, I could
Oh, then
say
Very famous logical statement, okay? You are, I don't know, it happens in big cities. You're on the highway and you see smoke coming up, big smoke coming up. Then you know there's a fire someplace. Do you see the fire?
Not directly?
Not directly. You deduce the fire, right? So this is a very famous example in the 6th century, okay? You see a huge amount of smoke. You're driving on the highway, and so you think, oh, there must be a fire there, but you don't see the fire directly, right? So who has the power to do that? The sense consciousnesses or the mental consciousness?
Mental consciousness.
Yeah, the mental consciousness has the power to see that something's there that you cannot see directly. You deduce, you think about it, okay? But if your sense powers are included into your mental power, then they should also see the fire from the smoke. Okay, if they're not separate from the one lamp, then your eye consciousness should be able to see the fire because of the smoke. Got it? If there's no separate 5, if it's all 1, okay, who's saying this?
The oneers? Oh no, the
Yeah,
eighters.
us, the mind only school. Then there's a joke in the monastery. Don't forget what hat you have on.
Right.
This morning we are mind only school. He's the mind only school. You gotta have your hat. What's next class after this? Oh, then we have logic class. Then what's the third class? Then we have middleweight class. Okay, so got it?
Yeah.
Clear. So Wang Sheki Kyang, even your sense consciousnesses, similarly to Yishe,
Mental consciousness.
yeah, should poke.
Should.
This poke means jepak.
Right.
Yeah, should deduce
Induce.
that where there's a smoke, over there in back. Okay, in back over there, par gyap. Okay, par gyap. That's the par in
Paroto chimba.
Boro Bolo Mido, right? Boro means par. Parota chimba, far side, right? So over there in the city, you're on the highway. Back there, back over there, yup. There's a fire. And at that moment, it's kokir. What's that mean?
Hidden.
Yeah, it's not something you can see with your senses. Okay, kokir means hidden. What do I have in my hand?
Hanky.
Yeah, you're seeing the white with your eye consciousness. Now, what do I have in my hand?
Handkerchief.
Yeah, you're seeing the same white, but with your logic. You are using logic. Okay, so he says, if all the senses are one, then you must be seeing this with your eye right now. Okay, got it? Or your eyeball must be able to both deduce that I have something behind my back. Okay?
Yeah.
How's that apply to business? Okay? If you study these texts, you get very good at deducing what's causing problems in your business,
Yeah.
and it's kind of uncomfortable that your logic gets so strong. You can pretty much see what's going on with everybody in the company who thinks you can't see what's going on, and it's kind of uncomfortable. But you can, if you're in a negotiation, I was negotiating for 19 years. I was the chief negotiator for the diamond company. Then you can pretty much read the other person's mind. Poke. Then it gets a little uncomfortable. Okay? So if you study these texts, you become very able to guess what the other person's saying correctly. Okay? Poke, poke. Pargyap means
Farce.
what's going on over there behind
the
their
back.
eyes. Behind their eyes. Okay? The far side, yeah. Okay. So anyway, kokir, what that person is thinking in the negotiation, and the fire are kokir. You can't see them, but you can learn a lot from the results of the fire and the results of their attitude. Okay, tabu taki popa tawadang. What's a tawa?
Tawa is a absurd implication
Yeah,
of
sarcastic.
Yeah.
Oh, so your eye must be able to
You think.
poke,
Yeah.
deduce what?
About fires.
That there's a fire over there because there's smoke. Okay, somehow your eye is deducing it because there's only one consciousness. So the five have to be in the one. Okay, got it? Okay, then now he's talking about another thing.
Okay.
Let's go to here, okay?
Yeah.
Yi Sheki,
By the mental consciousness.
yeah, your awareness of your mind is capable
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
to do those things. What? It can poke,
Okay. It can deduce.
Yeah.
okay? And it can zin.
You can grasp,
It
understand.
can zin the tata, sorry, and the depa,
The past,
and the maumba.
future.
Your mind, with your eyes closed, you can think about what happened in the past. You can guess what's going to happen in the future. Are you telling me your nose does the same thing? Why? Because the five are folded into the one. Got it? This is our response to his two quotations, right? Are they in order? I don't think so. I don't think so.
Of how
I
they're
think he's
refuting?
addressing both quotations.
Simultaneously.
Yeah, the six cannot be the one,
Yeah.
even if it's long and okay.
Yeah.
So let's go through that one.
Okay.
In other words, the first part of the statement is the mental sense can deduce things. If you wrap all the consciousnesses into one, then with your eye you can see smoke 1,000 miles away because you see. Sorry, you can see a fire because you see a smoke. Then secondly, according to you, your nose must be able to smell the future and the past. Okay, if there's only one consciousness. If the house has a lamp in the middle. Okay.
Great.
Okay. Rang tuna. Okay. Please read.
Rang tuna nde sin jen partelwa tang mao.
Let's stop there.
Mm-hmm.
Rang tuna.
That at the time.
In its own time, in the nose consciousness's present tense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What is past?
Mm-hmm.
Already past sin. Okay.
Yeah, already.
What's already past? Then your nose should be able to
Remember.
remember what happened yesterday. Okay, if there's only one state of mind. Okay, got it? Okay. Tawa, that's about the past. And what about the Maomba?
The future.
Yeah, it should be able to grasp
Mm-hmm.
stuff which is your
Which ain't happened yet.
present, that the prenasal, makes it future. Okay, very future. Past tense,
Cure.
chung, cure. Okay, present tense, jung, okay. So your nose should be able to smell what's gonna happen. Gonna, jung happen. Okay, good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if you're correct. Okay, if there's only one. Jungyo Zin Bata. Okay, well, why do you say my nose should be able to hold the future and my nose should be able to remember the past and my nose or my eye should be able to see the fire, 20 miles away just because there's smoke? Why do you say that? Because, here's the cheer. Please read. Yishe.
Ishe tang ngo chikpa kangshik. Ishi ki tedak nupe chiro.
$100. I make bet with them. $100. Read this one.
Because if the mind and that is essentially one,
What's that?
those other senses.
Nice. You got the first half.
Okay.
If those other senses, because according to you, this is sarcastic, right? According to you, the ability to smell and the ability to see are wrapped up in the mental consciousness. Kashik,
And then,
and
therefore, cheer. Oh, can't
forget the chair.
cheer.
The yishe, new.
Then the mind should be able to
New.
can
All the time.
can do all those things.
Yeah. According to you, they all get folded into mental consciousness. And mental consciousness can do those two things. What are the two things? I'll give you the $100.
Mental consciousness
Can.
can see the can deduce
The fire.
and can understand what would happen in the future.
And the.
Maong and the present, of course.
And the.
You-
This is the hardest $100 I ever gave you.
No, I thought we said the
Depa.
past first already.
Okay,
So,
good.
yeah,
$100 jumping. She's my banker. Okay, good. All right, got it?
Yeah.
So we defeated what?
Take away.
We defeated the
The
oneers.
chikpu,
Chang Sem Chikpua.
the
This weird name.
the bodhisattvas,
Bodhisattva oneers. And we just defeated the goers,
the ones,
the niners.
the goers,
We don't like the tukers.
the sixers.
We never liked the Sixers.
What?
Everybody knows
That's my
that.
favorite team. I'm from Philly.
Now we beat the oneers. We beat the Niners before, so we got how many? How many?
The Niners,
We're
49ers.
the Aiders. Okay. So we are the Aiders. We won. Okay. Wow, what happens next?
One against ourselves. Or?
If I wanted to help the oneers,
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Stop trying to help the oneers. What?
I was just trying to think through their lens. If you're a diamond and you have different facets, like
Mm-hmm.
the lamp, is, mind is done with different facets. Reflect reality or light in a different way to that mind. So I don't have a full stretch, but I'm trying to help them going, the light through this window looks this way.
It's
The
an
light through
attractive belief.
Well, that's what Buddhists do, right? They see with their
Yeah.
nose.
Yeah.
They,
Yeah. Oh yeah, Buddhists do that. Yeah. Okay, let's next one. Okay, read.
Except Buddhas.
If we boogie, which is too late now, but here
We have not.
Dana.
Tena namshi tok chikdu dupe ni munchul lo tetok zo.
Tokso. Okay, the root text
Mm-hmm.
says this idea that there's only one,
Collection.
a group of one, which is already a weird word, right? A group of, yeah, the group of one. Because we have a group of six, we have a group of eight, yeah. He says muntul. Mun means darkness, okay? And muntul is a sarcasm that means you're just wandering around in the dark, okay?
Oh, really?
And then our commentator says tokso, say tokso.
Tokso.
Tok means, so means what? What's a soda?
Factory.
To make. So you're just making it up. You just dreamed this up. Tokso means you just dreamed this up. Come on. What's the point? One consciousness. That's tokso.
Mm-hmm.
You took a couple quotations, you stretched them, you more than stretched them, you twisted them all over. And then this is all tokso, forget it. Okay? Muntul means you're wandering around in the dark. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
This is the tool in tuku, by the way.
Yes.
High Lama, okay? But it means darkness is spreading everywhere, okay?
Oh, you're emanating darkness.
Yeah.
Yeah. Die Semchung Mindu Bala Lopen Tokme Ki Gakdut Se To.
Yeah, D, we don't know who's D, okay? This, Semchung Mindu.
We don't agree with this function of the mind.
Somebody doesn't agree that something is a mental function.
Oh, I see.
And this idea is denied.
Refuted by.
And there's the honorific, which means a high master said, no, this is not correct. Okay? By Master Sangha. I don't know what the D is.
What are our choices?
Well, I went and looked it up, okay? And I think it's, this is actually a refutation that a Sangha used against these guys believing that there was something was a semchung. Now, there's a huge debate, traditional debate. What's bodhicitta?
The desire to get enlightened to help all beings do the same.
Define it. Define. Oh, who said that? Yeah, say it again. A Sangha, okay? In the Abhisamankara. How long ago?
It was around 350-ish.
Yeah, call it 17 centuries ago. He defines love. He defines love has two parts. Number one, shendin, and to help others. I want zope chanchu. Right. So, are those two mental functions, or are they main mind? Love.
Those are mental functions.
This is the problem.
And what do you call that? Aspiration. Perfect. Your English is better than me. Okay. So love and aspiration. I love other people, and for them, I want to reach enlightenment. Right. So that's a mental function, right? Because it's a particular aspect of the mind. It's not the whole mind. It's not your whole awareness, right? The desire to become a Buddha for other people are two feelings in the mind. They're not the whole mind, right? Or else you'd be dead. Right? Okay? So where's the bodhicitta? Yeah, it has to be the main mind that has this love and this intention. So the bodhicitta, the bodhisattva's state of mind, what makes a bodhisattva has to be the main mind that has these two inside. Okay? So, question, is bodhicitta a sem or a semchung?
We've all done this here too.
Yeah. Is it a sem or a semchung? Why?
Because if you had the direct perception of emptiness or...
Don't go that complicated.
Really?
I just told you.
Right.
Well, it has more than one part, and
it has to have two symptoms.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it has to have two symptoms. It has to have two thoughts. So it must be the mind in general, right? But some people try to say that that it's a semchung. Okay. Yeah, so I think it's referring to that argument, which is Changsem. Don't forget we had this weird Changsem Chukbua, right? The Bodhisattva Oners. So our homework for you for the next
4 months.
3 months, is there a connection between wanting to say that the mind is one awareness and bodhicitta?
Oh, interesting.
And these old arguments about bodhicitta. And because here, he says they don't want to call it a semchung.
I see.
They don't want to call it a semchung. What's it?
Bodhicitta.
It could be bodhicitta.
Did the word bodhicitta come up anywhere?
Yeah, they're called Changsam Chikbawa.
Johnson Chico.
These are called bodhisattva oners.
Yeah.
Okay? I mean, I'm just saying,
Maybe.
it's sexy. It's possible. Look, here. Oops, sorry. Well, that's also weird.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
just do Jangsam Geshe-la.
Oh, so was it? No, I'm just trying to find.
Yeah. Again, proximity search would be really cool. Right?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, and we had a big fight. Is this an Abhidharma school?
What book is this from?
The Bodhisattva oners.
Yeah.
Maybe they're the want this one. You see what I mean?
Mahayana Sangraha?
No, this is that Sarah J guy, but it's okay.
Oh.
No, but everyone uses that expression. Here it is again.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's Chankya Rupa Dorje. So he's for real.
Serious.
He didn't go to Sarah J.
Criticize.
Okay, and it's Chankya who mentioned the butter lamp in the house in the same breath with Bodhisattva oners. Maybe there's a connection between this bodhicitta. He doesn't call them bodhisattvas, he calls them bodhicitters. One bodhicitters.
Right. He doesn't. Say
So I'm just saying it's possible.
Johnson Chi, not Johnson.
And you have a lot of time to think about it. Okay, June. Where were we?
Looks like you can build add-ons for Microsoft Word.
You can?
Search
Yeah,
for,
JavaScript.
That's
section
It's creative proximity
G6.
search.
G6?
And then
Really?
Oh, right above
you
there.
just have to remember to do it.
Oh, are we? Okay, anyway, think about it, alright? We'll stop here. Yay.
Sweet.
Cool, thanks.
Stopped here. See if you can find some connection with bodhicitta. Because this line, this cryptic line, nobody mentioned the semchung at all until now. And then he says, these guys think it's a semchung, and the Sangha says no.
He doesn't say
He
deepa.
just says that out of nowhere. Okay.
He says, well, he doesn't say deepa, he says D.
G.
Yeah, they think this is a semchung. Oh, that. Yeah, they think it's not a semchung. A Sangha criticizes it.
Right.
Does it relate to bodhicitta? Okay.
C.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's nothing to do with that. He.
Did you look at? Alright,
And we'll find that out.
I'll look.
Inshallah.
Okay, let's take a 10-minute break. What's the date today? 26? Okay.
Sashi.
Shibuki Joshi Metotam Rirabling Shin Nimde Kempadi Sangye Shindu Mikte Uwargi Jokun Nanda Shingla Chuparsho Ilang Guru Ratna Mandala Kandeya Tayami
Gewa.
Ikewokun Sanam Yeshe Tsotsoshin Sanam Yeshe Lechungwe Dampa Kuni Tompar Sho. By the way, it may have nothing to do with that, okay? I'm just warning you.
I'm aware of that
I hear
possibility.
you.
Guess what? Can
Thank
we
you
get a
so-
photograph of everybody? Cynthia's going to take a picture.
Okay.
Smiling at the camera.
Try to smile,
Get everybody.
even though you're between mind only and logic. It's not a very pleasant place to be. Which break? This break? I might go pee-pee. I don't think you can get it all in one picture.
You know, this new wide lens can do some pretty wild stuff.
Hello. I hate mind-only school. Okay.
Take a break.
Yeah.
JB said that